Roofing leads in 2026 are not generated the same way they were back in 2020 when it seemed so easy. Storm leads have essentially dried up. Traditional storms are less reliable now. Local service ad prices are starting to increase a little bit and get more competitive, especially with fake form fills and things like that. Our homeowners are doing more research than they ever did before. So in this video, we're going to go over 9 most reliable ways to get roofing leads in 2026. We're going to rank it by what is going to be your best return on investment and, of course, difficulty, so you can choose what fits best for your business. So let's jump right into the video. First thing we're going to talk about is why is it different real quick in 2026. Okay, what's making things so different? The number one thing is AI, right? AI overview is where Google AI shows roofers without website clicks. So they're showing information and things about roofing contractors before they even go to your website or even showing you their website, right? So that's a huge difference that's come about in 2025, is going to be a major factor in 2026. Matter of fact, pricing is the next thing that's coming into play when it comes to AI. People are asking more questions about how much does it cost. So transparency and pricing on SEO and on your website is a huge factor in that, in which you got to take into account. Matter of fact, even in the map packs now, it's saying, it's asking people if they want to know pricing, right? Use AI to get pricing, whatever it may be. And so that's going to be a big impact on how you deal with your business. So next thing is local service ads costs are starting to hike a little bit more. Still a great quality lead provider. We'll go over it later in this video, but we're seeing a 20%, 40% increase in major metro areas because it's becoming more competitive and more people are getting on Google. Next, in-depth research. This is huge. How homeowners are buying now is completely different than they did before. It used to be like, because they're a little more stingy with their money, they're doing a little more research. How much does this cost? Because there's so much information out there, especially with AI. They want to know, they want to see reviews. They want to know what type of roof. They want to know lifespan. There's too many ways online for them to learn about your business before they reach out to you. So all these things are playing in a factor into like why getting roofing leads in 2026 is so different. So you need a multi-path lead system beyond just Google ads or storms, right? And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So the first thing we want to get into is your Google business profile. This should be your number one lead source of anything that you do, period. And it's not hard to update it, and it's not hard to optimize it. And it's really not hard to continue to get reviews to stay in the ranking factors, right? The number one thing I'll say about this, though, is you need to have an office address, a business office address, where your sign is out front some way, form, or fashion in a location that you serve the most people, period. Now, we're talking about roofing for a moment, but I know a lot of like HVAC contractors or plumbing or electricians will use multiple Google business profile locations and office locations, so that they show up in the maps first when people are searching for something that's more immediate, right? And roofing can be the same way. So having a office in a location, okay, that's within a 10-mile radius of the majority of the people that you service is going to be massive for you. It's worth the investment to do that. Go ahead, find the office location, go invest in it. You can get an office location for like $1,000 or less a month. And if that's helping you bring in another 3 jobs a month because of your location, $1,000 getting you to, I don't know, $30,000 to $40,000 in roofs, worth the investment. Just do it, okay? So the reason why this is important, right, your number one lead source is 40 to 60% of your calls are going to come directly from the map pack, okay? That's not working. There we go. You want to optimize your profile, so that means that like all your service areas are provided or filled out correctly, all of your information is filled out correctly, your hours of operations are accurate, meaning like if they call your business when it says you're open, and you better answer the damn telephone. Okay. You're updating it weekly with photos. Anytime you got a project, take photos, before and afters, put it in there. Put the location specific. Okay. Meaning like, don't put, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. Don't put Birmingham when you did the job in Hoover, Alabama. So like you need to be like, new roof in Hoover. Okay, that's more specific than Birmingham. And that's what Google wants to see. They want to, with everybody's phone nowadays, geotagging everything, they want to see that that the location you did the job in and took the photo in is the same as what you're talking about online. Okay, it just makes more sense to Google. Like, it has to make sense to Google. Service area. Okay, make sure it's mapped correctly. We don't overextend, meaning like That's, once again, it's going back to the office location, getting an office location within a 10 to 15 mile radius to make sure more people are going to find you there. And make sure you're adding services. Okay. And sorry, what I meant by also with the service area thing too, make sure you don't put service areas that you don't really service. Okay. Don't put so many that Google will flag it as spam. So just be careful of that. And then when you're adding services, make sure you're putting all of the services you do: roof replacement, repair, storm damage, insurance claims, anything you do as a service, do it, fill it out with all the characters. If it says you can fill up to 1,000 characters, fill it out with up to as close to 1,000 characters as you can get. Okay, don't keyword stuff it by saying the same keyword over and over again. Still make sure that it makes sense to a homeowner that they're going to be able to answer those questions. Okay, but Google AI Overview is going to pull from your Google Business Profile and your website. Okay, they're going to pull from that stuff. So make sure that you, number one, get a Google Business Profile, get it optimized, get it verified, get a location in a market area that you are going to service the most in, and invest in this heavily as your number one lead source in 2026. Now, the next lead source we're going to talk about, which is really a piggyback on an optimized Google Business Profile, which, by the way, didn't mention it, but goes without saying, continue to get reviews, is local SEO or search engine optimization, and focus on ranking for money keywords or high intent keywords. Okay, this has to deal mostly with your website and showing up organically in search. When we talk about local SEO and Map Pack, essentially they're both really work one and the same. Honestly, the local SEO factor just is going to help you get into the AI overview, get into ChatGPT, right? Like our business at Presto Media, I think we had 5 calls in the past 3 weeks where people found us on ChatGPT because they had questions about something marketing related. And so they called us, right? Because we showed up in ChatGPT, because we have everything on our website answering the questions that they need help with. So keep that in mind. Like, this is a big impact on there. This is the big part of the research side too, as well as showing up organically, driving more traffic and more calls directly to your website without having to pay for ads. So you want essential pages first thing. You need a page on roof replacement, repair, storm damage, metal roofing, insurance claims help. Each one of these that are essential to the primary services you offer need a full page dedicated to them in as much detail as possible on everything they need to know about it, period. Answer the questions that they need to know there. City-specific pages, okay? So, for instance, once again, we're going to go with... yes, let's say I service Birmingham roof replacement, right? Or I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. Well, Birmingham is a city, right? And it's got metro areas around it. But Birmingham is downtown. There's not as many houses downtown as are in the suburbs south of there. So we also want to be like, I live in Pelham, Alabama. So I want a service area page for Pelham. I want one for Hoover. I want one for Vestavia Hills. Like, these are areas in which I'm going to service that people are going to pay money. Okay, so I want pages specifically for these. And the third big thing is having rich content. Before and after photos, pricing, timelines, warranties. On your website, you want to be talking about all these, especially pricing. And I know that everybody will say this. Well, pricing depends. Got it. Give us a range and tell us why it would be down in this range. What factors would play into it being like cheaper, and what factors would play into it being more expensive. Include your competitors that you know may be cheaper or know may be more expensive, but let people decide for themselves. Like, I'm willing to pay this based on the service and quality there. You give me social proof that you can do it. Therefore, I'm going to reach out to you and pay you this money, right? Those got to be answered. So primary example, like on our website, we're revamping it, but we put a price range of what it costs for some of the services that we offer. Okay, we put that into place so that when people are searching, what does local SEO cost in Alabama? Well, we're going to give you an idea and a range of what that would cost and the reason why it costs those things. Okay, so keep that in mind. You need to do that on your website. And that needs, like, once again, typically you're going to hire a company for this. It's not difficult to do things. It's just a lot of work, period. End of story. That's why we always recommend hiring a professional company to handle this for you, kind of like ours. Next lead generation source for roofing contractors is going to be local service ads. Now, I know at the very beginning you're like, well, Jordan, you said they're getting more expensive. Well, they are, but they're still some of the best damn paid per call leads you're ever going to get on the market. right? End of story, period. And you can manage these without a marketing company, okay? It's fast calls. Yes, it is high competition, but you're going to get a fair shake as long as you have the right social proof, your Google Business Profile is optimized, you're continuing to get reviews, it's going to continue to show up more often for you. So, and then you can decide like how much your budget is, right? Yeah, I don't want to spend more than this a month. I don't want to spend more than this on a lead, right? You can cap those things. And you can turn it off and on. It doesn't affect the algorithm like it does when you do Google pay-per-click ads or when you do Meta ads. It doesn't, like when you do those things, you want to keep ads rolling because it's going to continue to feed data into the machine. But when you shut them off, like that messes up campaigns. But this doesn't. Okay, this is why it's number 3 here. So it's best for emergency calls, right? So emergency repair, storm damage, need somebody today type searches, right? The best part I love about some of like our roofing contractors is like we do local SEO and Google ads, but guess what? Like the cool part is like we had storms rolling through Alabama. When a roofing contractor probably get 3 or 5 more calls than other competitors because they showed up first. So when the time comes, right, and they've been getting the reviews and doing everything they need to do, they showed up first and they answered the phone, and that's what made this made them show up and get more jobs, right? Review velocity. This is crucial, meaning consistency in getting reviews. Meaning I'm going to, like, instead of being like, oh, I went out and got 10 reviews this month, but like 1 next month. They would rather you see get 5 and 5, right? Or 6 and 4. There needs to be consistency every month of you getting reviews. Implement it in your processes. At the end of every job, you're doing a quality control check. Look at them and go, hey, just Mr. Mrs. So-and-so, if you feel like we did a 5-star review or whatever, or you feel like we did a great service, do you mind leaving us some feedback, right? When they're the happiest of the room, great. Here's a text. It's going to directly link you there. If you'll go ahead and fill that out real quick and give us our feedback, I'm going to do one more quality control check, make sure everything's good. And you go walk around and allow them to do it right then and there. Best time to do it. It's going to help you keep review velocity going. Fast responses. Damn, if you're going to get a local service ad, you better answer the phone. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. Answer the phone. And if not, call them back within 5 minutes. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. There's nothing else to it. You will lose positions and opportunities, and Google will stop showing if you don't answer the phone. Okay? Dispute system. It has an automated disputing system. So, yes, you can dispute. A lot of times it has automations where if it's a service you don't offer or whatever, and its parameters, it'll automatically, give you your money back for the lead. And then sometimes you just have to put in that it's a bad lead, or maybe it doesn't pick up on the phone call that it records that it's a past customer, right? They aren't going to charge you for those. So a lot of times you just have to go through and dispute it, right? And rank it. And probably 50-50, you'll get your money back on those. But the fact that it has a dispute system and you can get money back from leads is huge, because most of the time when it comes to marketing advertising, you don't get that at all. All right, next best lead source for 2026 is paid search or Google ads, right? This is your pay-per-click ads. Or really, we're also going to include PMAX in here, okay? Because PMAX campaigns are getting better. I have to admit, they used to be junk because you do a lot of display ads and stuff. But now the algorithm, their updates in conjunction with AI overview are getting better. So it has it. Now, paid search Google ads, usually the highest intent, but they are going to be the higher cost. Okay, so we've seen cost per acquisition go up to like $700-800, sometimes $900, even for a $10,000 roof, and that's pricey, right? To pay for that customer. But things that will help, okay, is having a good, strong local SEO in place, having a good sales process in place, and just a good brand in place that more people will trust you. So just keep that in mind. That's going to help with this whole thing. So the good thing about Google ads, right, is you're going to be able to go after the top money keywords. So roof replacement, roof repair near me, metal roofing contractors, new roof cost plus city, storm damage. Like the money keywords is going to get you the better leads, okay, are going to be done through Google pay-per-click or Google Performance Max, which Performance Max, once again, just to reiterate, it's a combination of search ads, combination of display ads, and behavioral ads for people. So they kind of just put you everywhere. Next, optimizing landing pages. So making sure that your website or your landing page loads fast, shows local proof, and click to call above the fold. Okay, you need to make it super easy for people to contact you. Probably the number one issues I see with landing pages or your websites is it's so hard to figure out how to get a hold of you. That's it. Like, that's probably the number one problem. Like, I have to click this contact button and go to this page and go to this page and go to this page just to get a hold of you. People just want to call. Okay, so click the button, call, especially depending on the area and market that you service. Next great lead source is going to be organic content and buyer education. This can be done through social media, right? Or can be done through things like blog posts, right? On your website. Educating customers and building trust will help accelerate their decisions, especially if they're getting the information from you. I hear this all the time from roofing contractors. I'm tired of tire kickers. Like at courts, we all want somebody ready to buy now. Who doesn't in business? I want somebody that's ready to buy right now and give me money right now, always and often. But it's not always the case. You have to nurture leads. You have to provide them education. You have to provide them value. You have to provide them what they need to make the best decision possible for them. And if you're the one providing that information, they're getting that information from you, they're more likely to buy from you. That's why I put out these YouTube videos. That's why I put out a ton of organic content. That's why I put out video content. That's why we put out content on our website, because I want to make sure that you're, as a business owner, you're making the most informed decision possible and the best decision for you. Decide to work with our company, okay? And on top of that, like, some people just aren't ready now. They're just not. I have people that follow my content for 2 years before they reached out and decided to work with us. 2 years. So, like, it may be 2 years. I don't always need a new roof now. Like, we got a new roof right before we bought our house. It's only been in a year. Roof's 3 years old. Don't keep calling me as a roof contractor, try to get me to get a new roof. I don't need one. Okay? But stay in front of me. Stay engaged. And in 15 years from now, if you're still in business, I may get a roof from you. You don't know. You always have to stay in front of them. Okay. When you do have all this stuff, though, organic content, buyer education, it reduces the decision time from 1 to 4 weeks to decide instead of months, right? And a lot of times that you're going to get the information they need and go ahead and make that decision to work with your company because you made it easy for them. Next key topic. So we're talking about roof replacement cost, right? Insurance claims, repair versus replacement. Like, how do you go through that process? Educating them on those things. Shingle types, roof lifespan. Another one we don't really talk about, but you can and you should, is financing. Like, yes, it costs this, but we have this available. In talking about that, a great company to work with is called Improvify, and they're a partner of ours. And Improvify, the great part about this is they'll help educate, train you and your salespeople on how to offer financing at the point of sale, and then also how to help you put it through organic content and bring it to market and go to market strategies, especially with advertising. So keep that in mind. Like, all that is needed to help accelerate that time to get them to buy with your company. So next one I'm going to talk about, and this is a little bit of an older tactic when it comes to like Facebook ads, is storm responsive system. Okay, proactive storm preparedness. Now, depending on where you live, I'm in Alabama. We have lots of thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. And then even, which we didn't have any hurricanes this season, but hurricanes will come through and spin off tornadoes and bad storms or whatever, right? But you as a roofing contractor have to be prepared when that does happen, okay? So if your marketing is not on point, right? This is why, like, we have our contractors do so well this year, is because we'll have series of storms come through and people need help. They need storm damage repair or they need new roofs. And guess what? Because they have spent the time on SEO and showing up first, and they have ads going in place and meta in place, they show up when people call and need them, right? Because they continue to invest in that, even though maybe they don't have a storm happening right now, okay? So geo-targeted ads, Facebook ads for specific storm areas. So like if you know hail's hit through this area or whatever, you can put ads in place. You can specifically target with the name of the market or area and run cheap ads in that market, as well as go door knocking or whatever. Pre-built alerts, email text alerts for affected homeowners. So if you have people on your contact list or people have opted in on your website, right, and you've done the right correct A2P registrations, whatever, you can send them targeted text messages. Be like, hey, just letting you know, storm is in the area. Maybe you had damage on your roof. You need somebody to come check it out. Let us know, right? Quick, easy way to get advertising in place. But once again, you've got to get the opt-in and get their information. So if you're not keeping contact information from clients, you need to, right? Go back in your phone, get the information. But also, too, make sure that they opt in, okay? You can't just be sending a bunch of text messages. Make sure your website is optimized for them to opt in. So you've got A2P registration is on point, okay? Storm watch page, dedicated landing page for storm damage, right? That's another thing you can do on your website. Before and after library, showcase your work from storm damage. And then fact check CTA, quick roof check, call to action, right? So real quick, fast CTA to get a hold of you. And I'm telling you, this will outperform any storm chasers when you have this structured in place when people are looking for your business. Yes, will storm chasers get some of your stuff work? Yes, but at the end of the day, if you've already built the brand in place, you put this into effect, right? When storm damage happens, put all this into effect. I promise you will get more leads in the door. All right, now let's talk about what is one of the most long-term but most difficult for people, I think, because it's just a person-to-person thing. It's just like referrals and partnerships, like building relationships. People struggle with this, right? Because you have to give more than you take. And that's hard for business owners. Like I'm trying to run a business. I need money. I need to pay for my people. But if you give more than you take, I promise you it will pay back tenfold. Okay? I promise you it will pay back tenfold. And it's probably one of the most underrated lead sources, period, right? So realtors. Make connections with realtors. Send people to realtors. Hey, you're looking for a market in this area? I have a really good realtor. You should talk to them. Okay? Even in your personal page. Like, spend time in sending referrals to realtors. Because I promise you, if they keep getting business and people buying homes from them, when they need a new roof to sell a home or whatever, guess who they're going to call? They're going to call you and refer you. And you need to be ready. Okay? Insurance agents. That's obvious. Look, I know in roofing industry, there's just a button of head of insurance agents. It's like insurance, roofers, marketing roofers, marketers, roofers. Like there's just always a button of heads. But if you build a positive relationship with one, guess what? When somebody calls their insurance company, it's like, hey, I need a roofer, let them call you, right? Because you spend enough time building a relationship and doing things the right way and not butting heads with them. Property managers. So once again, people that may own multiple properties, like Airbnbs or maybe just even an apartment complex, right? And you want to do a little bit more commercial, like great way to go. Build a relationship with them, show that you can show up fast on time and take care of their customers. Home inspectors, another great one again. And then solar. What's honestly, I've seen some roofing companies that have a home inspector division in their business, right? They're like, we're going to do home inspections. And then when they need, like if they need like a roof fix or whatever, guess what? It's their own company there. So this isn't a bad idea to build a small division or have somebody contracted out to do that specifically and advertise, help advertise or whatever for them. Like, because once again, too, like when you think about it, if you're connected with realtors and your home inspector, right? Okay. You just keep feeding back and forth between these two. And then this is part of your division. And when you need a roof, you call your own company. So keep that in mind. And last, solar companies, depending on your market or area, right? Get connected with solar companies, especially ones that will take solar panels off a roof when you're replacing one and put them back on properly. But once again, it's probably not the top one based on the other ones, but you could build $1 million business easily off of this right here, period, end of story. It just takes work. It takes effort, okay? Can't pay your way out of this. So build a system, not hope. Quarterly gifts, co-branded flyers, lead share agreements, whatever you got to do to build a relationship with these people, give back more than you take, and I promise you tenfold, you're going to win. Now, the next great lead source here that you can get a return on your investment, because we have roofing contractors that do it, is high quality offer ads done through Meta, okay? Meta ads. Now, I know everybody has their mixed feelings on this, but I'm telling you, if you already have a strong business and a strong brand, or you're building a good, strong brand, and you have a great reputation, and you have a great relationship with people and a great sales process, which a good business should have all of these things anyway. So if you have all of these great things and you're willing to nurture and do all the other stuff that's in place, or you have good SEO, right? Before I get into this, we'll run ads for contractors, right? And just recently, and I know this is fencing, it's not roofing, but we had a fence contractor where the person found the ad and they clicked on the ad and then they clicked on the business page and then they went to the website and then they called and then they turned into a job. They never filled out the form for the ad. They just did all their research. They bounced all these places, got to the website and did it. Because they had a great digital online presence, they won the job, right? It was like a $15,000 fence. Same thing with roofing. Roofing contractors. People will see the offer on the ad and then they'll click on the ad, or they'll click on the Facebook page, and they'll go to the business page, or they'll go to the website or their Google business profile. They'll Google them up, search them, look for reviews. They'll do their research, and then they call them. So the ad works. Sometimes it's just doesn't come directly from the lead form or the landing page you have built. But 8 high quality offer ads. So things like free roof, free storm inspection, right? Same day roofing check, $500 off a replacement, insurance claims, finance ads, right? Or emergency repair slots, anything like that. Anything you could do to offer specific and calling out your specific customer is going to be huge here, okay? And putting this into reels as well, okay? So engaging style content where we're talking about before and after, the owner's talking, building a personal brand and touch, customer testimonials, giving feedback, quick explanation, and of course, financing. Talk about financing early and often and offer it. Okay. Next lead source. This is another one that you're going to get mad about, but repeat business and reactivation. Best roofing leads already know who you are. And it's just effort. It's just effort. And people don't want to put effort. Number one thing you need to do first off is have a contact list. Okay, have a contact list. I don't care if it's an Excel spreadsheet, CRM, you need a contact list. And make sure they've opted in some form or fashion for you to reach back out or send marketing materials. So when you're ready to get repeat business or reactivation or nurture this list, right? You want to nurture, okay? To do this, all right? This will allow you to do things like annual roof checks, campaigns for gutter cleaning, solar inspections, small repair bundle, warranty follow-ups, and you can do it with a text, email, direct mail, or any other retargeting audiences like meta ads, right? But this is so like we ran you can also not include it in here, a campaign for referral offer, right? I didn't put this on here and I should have. Like we do a $250 or $300 referral offer. And we had one guy get over a 12-month period they added $70,000 in roofs. All because they offered referral through this campaign. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you're keeping a contact list. You're nurturing them, okay? And you're running campaigns for these specific things on these channels here, okay? And that's going to promise you just doing that effort, right, of re-engaging with leads that maybe didn't close or they weren't ready yet is going to get you, I mean, heck, it just social proof right here, 70,000 added to their business because they just offered a referral campaign. So which 3 should you actually start with? Number 1, Google Business Profile Optimization, period. I don't know what else to tell you. It's going to be one of the best ways to get leads. Optimize, do it. Go back to the first part there. Second, local SEO. Improve your local search rankings, get more traffic, get better backlinks, build some authority online. Google will show up more often. You'll show up in AI. You'll show up in ChatGPT. You'll show up when people are searching, when people are researching, when people like research and they get the information from you, they trust you more. Same thing with like video content, and it's not really on here for local SEO, but like video content. It's so powerful when people binge on your content, they feel like they know you, just like you're doing right now. And one day you're going to reach out to me when you need help with marketing and advertising. And it's because you watched our videos and you got to know me because you see me on here educating and helping. Okay. And then LSA or meta ads, right? Emergency heavy LSA and then non-emergency meta ads, right? And I really honestly running a combination of these. You should never stop running meta ads and building brand and staying in front of people, video being the primary thing. But if you just do these 3 things right here, we got contractors, that's all we do. That's it. These 3 things. 1, we added another $1 million in their business and they're hitting at 3.1 million just from doing these 3 things. That's it. So you can do it too, okay? So your lead system for 2026 needs to be considered and looked at like this. So people discover you on Google, okay? They come over here, they visit your website, they check out your information, or they visit your social media. Like same thing can be said here. Like this could be somebody refers your company on social, right? And then they go to your business page. Biz page. That's terrible handwriting. And then they see your reviews and follow up, and then they book, and then they leave a referral, right? Like that's the process and the way you need to think about your roofing lead system using all the lead sources we talked about here in the beginning of this video. So if you want to put together a full marketing strategy for your contracting business, especially for roofing, we'll put a screen up in a video, the perfect marketing strategy for 2026. We'll upload it in there. You can click on it, learn a little bit more how you can implement this in your company and what will be the best thing for your company, best fit, a combination of all these types of services and offers and lead generation channels. And of course, if you feel like you're ready to invest in marketing with a professional company, you can always click and book a discovery call with me, and we'll go over a strategy for your business. At least you'll walk away with a clear roadmap for how you can grow your business in 2026. Appreciate it.